Hi, and thanks for tuning in. This is Matt Valenzano with Exceptional Parent. I'm reporting from the 2007 National Mobility Equipment Dealers Association Conference here in Daytona Beach, where, as I've mentioned, many of the mobility experts in the world are gathering to educate themselves, learn about some of the new products that are available so that they can better serve you, our audience. I happen to be sitting with Peter Ruprecht from DriveMaster. Peter and his company have been providing mobility solutions to you, our audience, for 55 years. That's a family-run business in Fairfield, New Jersey. And Peter, it is an absolute pleasure to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, thanks for talking to me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Peter, tell me, you've been in this industry quite a long time. Why are you here at NMEDA? What value are you getting out of this conference?
Well, number one, I support the organization. I always have. I'm one of the founding members. I believe in their philosophies to better the organization through products for the physically challenged. We come here every year to display our equipment and look at other people's equipment that we can use in our own shops. And I meet the dealers that do business with DriveMaster with our high-tech products. And it's a good learning experience.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen education, major component of this show, and as a founding member, I'm sure that's something that you played a large role in.
Absolutely. Education is the key to maintaining the business that we maintain today, to keep our techs on the forefront of the activities of the dealers, to make sure that our clients get the best service.
Absolutely. And ultimately, our audience is benefiting from all this, so very important. You know what? We're going to take a walk down memory lane, Peter. 55 years in this industry, quite a history. You've seen things come and go, and I want to get into that with you as well, where you think we're going to be headed, within this mobility niche. But for a moment, I'd like to take a look at some of the early products that were developed many years ago. These are some of the earliest mobility products that were built. Yeah. And what we have here, what can you tell us about this?
This was an old center console that a person in a wheelchair driving down the road would have mounted next to their wheelchair, which would give them the controls that they couldn't reach when they're sitting in their wheelchair. They couldn't reach the dashboard controls. In this case, it has the window controls, the headlight controls, the ignition, and they could start it and do all the functions that we do, sit it in their wheelchair.
And it looks like it's a little worn, so how old is this? When was this really built?
It was built in the early 80s and was used for many years successfully before it came out of the vehicle.
Absolutely. I mean, just the innovation and the ingenuity of you and your group to take this to the next level. Let's take a look at this.
Well, this was the first replacement for what we just looked at, and it was more high tech. It had relays involved rather than hard wiring, and you just needed to touch this. You didn't need to fumble for a toggle switch or push a button or work a rocker switch. You just had to touch this, the function that you wanted, and it did all your dashboard functions. Again, are mounted here, and this is put where the client can operate it.
And this replaced the last piece of equipment we saw about when?
This was mid-70s.
Mid-70s. Mid-70s, geez. And that's a Mobility Plus. I actually think they're still around.
No, they're not. They're not? They're out of business.
Wow. Well, you know what? I mean, you see the
now EMC.
Ah, so they've evolved.
Yeah, they've evolved.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at this big thing here. What can you tell us about this?
This was the first DigiDrive system that gave you gas and brake and steering. It was totally digitally operated. It was designed by the fellow that owns EMC Corporation, Scotty Baldock. And this was his first attempt at it, and it was successful. And you look at this today versus what he has today. I mean, the difference is night and day.
It is absolutely amazing. When did this hit the market?
This was the 80s.
This was the 80s too, yeah. It is absolutely amazing how far we have come, and just to take a walk around the showroom here and to see some of the different products that have evolved out of these early, these early products. Again, the ingenuity, the thought process that goes into this is truly remarkable. Where and again, 55 years. I have to keep going back to that because it is truly remarkable. Where are we headed? We've seen some of the products that came out early on. Where are we headed from a mobility standpoint in terms of integrating assistive technology into the automobile industry? Where do you see the market headed, Peter?
Well, I see more mainstream activities going on. I mean, you can see it now with electronic steering that the OEM manufacturers are coming out. The people that build the motor vehicles, and they're more involved with folks like us and other companies that have products that can be integrated into the vehicle, and they're doing it more like an OEM product rather than an add-on product. So it looks like it belongs in the car, came with the car, is user-friendly, and I already see it, and I know that's where it's headed. Another 10 years, you'll see a whole different look to this industry.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that because there's emotionally, it's not just the physical side of things, being able to do this, but from an emotional standpoint, to have a car or to have a product that just integrates into your daily life is extremely valuable, just as valuable as the physical aspect, the emotional aspect as well. Well, DriveMaster, where you're located in Fairfield, New Jersey. Where can people find you on the web? Do you have a website? Is there a phone number that they can call in case they're up in the great state of New Jersey and need a mobility product or need to get their van modified? How do they find you?
Well, they can find everything that they need at drive-master.com. Has the phone number, the directions, where we are, what we're all about. And everyone is certainly welcome to come to DriveMaster in Fairfield, New Jersey. At any time, we have a full range of products. I have consultants on staff that'll work with you and guide you and get you into the right product.
Well, listen, Peter, I want to thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure taking a walk through history, and I hope our audience has enjoyed. And have a great show, Peter.
Good. Thank you very much.
Take care.